Welcome to Shadow of Kraw, Episode 5, The Golden Toe, presented by Raw20.
What else? What else do you guys decide to do? What, you want to head back the way you came?
Since we're in a cave, I take this opportunity to inspect to see if I might see veins of minerals or whatnot.
And I'm gonna pick up one scimitar.
You may pick up the scimitar. As you inspect around to see if there's any veins or minerals, you can tell that there's absolutely nothing.
Nice. Not even salt on the walls. Salt is a mineral.
Just common
Cat
rocks.
mineral.
Just rock.
Rock.
All right. What's the chest made of?
Chest is made out of wood and it looks very beaten down.
All right. What about the brass buttons?
There's 2 brass buttons. About the size of your fingertip.
I pick them up.
Made of brass.
Yeah, I pick
Okay,
up the 2
great.
brass buttons.
You have 2 brass buttons.
Great. All right. Yeah. As I start to exit, I also pass by the goblins and see if they might have anything of interest.
Most of them are wearing scraps of clothing. Some of them are wearing crude clothing. Some of it's been looted by the goblins from obviously the people they must have captured and eaten. Most likely, you could tell that they set the fire to this house. Most of the evidence points to that. There's some torches as well as some oil lying around. 2 bags of two vials of oil and several other torches. I'd say about 4 torches. And they
How big is-
basically have scimitars that are already rusting and falling apart.
How big is a goblin's foot?
How big is a goblin's foot?
Yeah.
Ask your goblin friend. He's sitting right next to you. Or he's standing right next to you.
I show you my
Reek.
foot.
I'm worried.
I'm worried too.
If we were to compare a goblin's foot to say a rabbit's foot, how much
No.
bigger is it?
A goblin's foot is comparable to that of a small child.
Okay, so I'm gonna take one of their big toes and just cut it off of their foot, and I'm gonna make myself a little lucky necklace out of it.
I hate.
How do you react to this, Reek, being that you are also a goblin?
I look at him a bit perplexed as he's chopping
He's-
off toes.
He's
First of all.
literally desecrating a corpse right in front of you.
Malmexius, those will not bring you luck. These are lesser creatures. They're not intelligent like I am.
Neither are rabbits, but they bring luck. It's an old dweefling legend. Take a toe of a goblin and you'll have luck for 7 days.
Just to be clear, he made that up on the spot, and that's not part of anything.
That's fine. I don't know better. 7 days, you say? So you'll only be wearing it for 7 days?
Yeah,
This is gonna
you
be
use
a
me after that.
It's gonna be a thing now.
Okay, Malmexius.
It's a
I-
problem for you, Reek.
It's they are beneath me, but they are still my kin, Malmexius. Wearing the body parts around your neck does not seem appropriate.
They were attacking you and me. They tried to eat me.
Yes, but if bandits attacked us, I wouldn't take human toes and put them around my neck.
To be fair,
Why
you
not?
are gonna have to take some human ears real soon.
If it brought you luck, I'd say take them.
Well, we'll see how far that luck takes us, Malmexius. I don't quite believe in what you'll say, but if you say it is a custom among your people, perhaps there's some truth to it.
My only concern is that it
Good
might
man.
start to smell.
Oh yes, but after 7 days we throw it away.
Yes, it smells that smelly smell.
Right, so you cut this toe off, and how do you attach it to? Do you have string on you? What do you have?
I wonder what's in my wood carver's tools.
I
I think I only have rope.
so you're gonna take this heavy rope and tie it around your neck with this goblin toe attached to it?
Well, I mean, rope is made of finer string. Can I cut off a small length of rope, maybe a foot, and then use that rope to get some string out of it?
Roll a dexterity check.
I after he does that, I see him struggling, and I come to him, and I'll yeah.
Why would this be a difficult thing to do? I'm just tearing apart rope. 5.
Yeah, you completely shred the rope and it's unusable. You do manage, however, to get a few strands that you could use for a necklace.
Okay, that's all I wanted. Yeah, perfect, great. So I make myself a little goblin toe necklace.
Hate that.
All right.
All right then. Let's make our way back. If you're all ready.
I gather up the rest of the scimitars for the metal. And
Okay.
So how many scimitars would that be?
Well, I have one.
You have one.
He has one. There's about 5 more scimitars.
All right.
2 of which are in usable condition. The rest of which are not.
2 in usable condition and the rest are not. Does that mean they're
Yeah.
broken?
They're both broken. You can see that there's signs that they've started to rust heavily. Like most of them are literally chipped apart. They probably would have broken with one hit. A lot of rust, a lot of decay on it. 2 of which are in finer condition that could actually be used to swing and hit stuff. A third of which Atherin has.
Are they made of the same material throughout?
Inspect it if you wish.
I wish
Do
to
an
inspect
investigation.
it. Yes. Okay.
Investigate.
12.
So as you inspect it to see what exactly is the composition of this blade, you could tell that it's mostly iron, but there's a bunch of impurities in it. It's not suitable for much. Whoever made this very cheaply, very quickly, and not with quality whatsoever.
All right. So I take out my other shield real quick, not the one that I just got, but the other one, and I sketch out an alchemic circle for iron, and I place all 5 of the scimitars on the alchemic circle, and I try to basically extract the impurities and just get left with a block of iron in a squarish
Okay.
shape.
Roll an intelligence check.
That's a 5.
So you
Fives.
managed to extract about a quarter of the iron from all of these blades. You get about 2.5, let's say actually 1.5 pounds of iron.
All right, I pocket it, and I also pick up those 2 flasks of oils you mentioned earlier,
Great.
and that's all.
Anybody want to do anything else before you leave this cavern?
No, I'm ready to go.
So you guys proceed to the little tunnel in which you guys entered this little cavern, and you get back to the well. And give me 1 second here. You can see that it's sunny and clear outside still. The birds are chirping, but it's getting closer towards the end of the day. At least an hour, maybe 3, has passed since you first camped out. I'd say about closer to 3, considering it took about 2 hours to get here.
I do inspect the ruins of the old house, since we didn't really do that.
You first are confronted with how you're going to get up this well.
Oh, facts.
The rope is still standing, but you could tell that it's taken quite a beating, having 3 people kind of crash down it.
Right.
Although some of you did so more elegantly, you still put quite a strain on it. How do you wish to proceed?
Do we I think I have rope in my pack.
Do you... Okay. Do you have a grappling hook, or just rope?
If I have rope, I have chakrams that I can fire, and if I miss, they'll boomerang back to me. So
Dope.
I'm just checking what I have as items because I might also have a climbing kit. I'm not sure.
What is the width of the well?
The width of the well. So
Yeah, going up.
the radius or diameter.
Either. It'll give me both.
True facts. So the radius of the well itself is about 3.5 feet.
Ah, yeah. Man, we're so short.
True.
I had an idea that might have worked for taller people. We could have linked our arms and put our backs together and then used our feet to climb up.
Except I
But
don't
we're
even
too
reach
short
the middle.
Yeah, we're too short for that. Both of us.
Yeah, I don't have
That's
any
too bad.
ropes, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay. I think I might have some. I start looking through my bag.
And you destroyed the entirety of your rope making the toad necklace, Malnexius?
No, I cut off 1 foot to use, so I still have most of my rope.
Because like we can use that, and I can use my chakram to hook it onto the, like over the top of the wooden thing that's where the bucket normally hangs for.
Okay, I have 50
Um,
feet of hempen rope. Yeah, okay.
All right, you know what? Here, guys, I'm just gonna make this simpler. I still have a wild shape. I'm gonna wild shape into some kind of monkey or baboon, which has a climbing speed of 30 feet. So I'm just gonna climb up the side of the well with that. And then when I reach the top, I'm gonna turn back and just lower my rope down and tie it onto one of the holes that I'm still not expecting to see if they're really as tough as they look.
Okay.
And then lower the rope down for you guys to climb up.
All right.
Right. So you execute that pretty much flawlessly without problem. You climb up as a monkey. You turn back into your dwarf shape. You then tie out the rope. You lower it down, and then your two allies are able to climb up without an issue. In fact, the pole was very sturdy, and there was no issues to be had with it, despite you not investigating it.
Perfect.
I mean, there was
You
one issue.
see,
It was
the luck
slippery.
is on my side because of the toe.
But quite impressive, Monexius. That was quite a strange creature.
Thank you. It is a strange creature, but that's
So-
the last time I can do that today.
Well, Mexius, where exactly is this toe located?
It's hanging around my neck.
So, like right underneath your chin?
Yeah, like right on my sternum, kind
Okay.
of.
Could you make a con save, please?
Oh no,
Sure. Of
that
course.
smelly smell.
Oh, all right. That is a nat 1.
Wow.
You start to cough several times,
Now you have tetanus.
heavily.
How many strains?
You're unsure why, but suddenly you feel lightheaded.
Oh, whatever ails me, I'm sure my luck will carry me through it.
Here's hoping.
So now that you've finished at this well and you've collected a vast amount of treasure, what will you now be doing?
All right,
As
guys, or shall we?
We were investigating the ruins, no?
yeah, we were gonna investigate the house that was burnt, I believe.
So as you
Alright then.
investigate and look around, you can pretty much tell that it's just a burnt down residence. There's nothing left of usable value. Anything that was left seems to be picked out already by either the goblins or the locals.
Greedy locals.
All right. Also, I'm just constantly looking for different minerals and metals that might have been burnt in the fire that might look unusable to someone who couldn't use them, but since I can remold them, I still look for these things.
Roll an investigation.
All right. 21.
You find about half a pound of brass.
All right.
Seems to be some kind of bracing of but you're not sure exactly what for since it's so deformed.
Okay.
You take it?
Yeah, I pocket it.
Great.
All right then. Shall we head back to town, or did we
So-
have some other affairs?
We could head back to the hall. I think now is time.
All right then. Let's make our way back.
So
As we travel, I'll play the harp.
great.
Great. I sing
I-
poorly.
Atherin's playing the harp. Momexius is attempting to sing, but every second breath he's coughing. And
Oh no.
you make your way back to town, and I'm assuming you're gonna make your way either to the inn or to the Adventurers Guild where you can stay. Which do you choose?
I think we
You
would go
remember-
to Adventurers Guild first,
The
right?
guild is free now.
The guild is
Yeah.
free, yes. So you guys head over.
Yeah.
So you head over to the guild. You open up the door. You're greeted once again by Zoe, and it looks as if she's just about to like close down for the day. So, oh, hello there. Are you all
I
finished?
show her Old Man Jenkins' writ so that we can get another thing on for
Ah, I see. If you'd all pass me your seals, I would update them. She pockets the paper and then she puts her hand out, requesting you guys give her your little bronze seals so that she might update the information on them.
I give her the seal, and at the same time, I show her my goblin's toe. And I'm
She-
like, "You ever seen one of these? Brings you good luck for a week."
She looks at you. She looks at you. She backs away and she goes, "Oh, I don't know if that's from a local goblin, but most of them have foot disease. I wouldn't carry that around."
Oh, that was
Ah.
that smelly smell I could smell, Momexius. It's foot disease.
Was it quite smelly?
It's
I
quite
haven't
smelly.
noticed. Ah,
Well, all right
I'm
then.
sure I'm fine. What with all my good luck and all.
She just ignores you at this point, and then turns to Atherin and goes, well then, was Old Man Jenkins thankful?"
Oh, very. He was. Yeah, he was thankful. We saved the loggers, so they're able to continue their work now.
Great. Starts writing down some stuff, and then she taps the sigils with a quill, and then boom, all of a sudden, underneath where it says your names and all your information, you can see it says quest points, and it updates to 10. She hands it back to you, and she goes, "Well, we don't really decide how many quest points to give. Depends on the difficulty of the quest itself. How much gold did you collect from Mr. Jenkins? Of course, there will be a 25% fee."
I don't remember.
Don't remember how much gold you collected. So you guys got 100 gold plus 5. No, not 100 gold, sorry. You guys got 10 gold, and he actually gave you 15.
Hmm.
I'm just going to go ahead and do this because I already pre-did the calculations for you. She takes the extra gold that's owed to her, and then she gives you the rest back, and basically gives you a receipt for it as well.
Okay.
And that's in your general inventory. You guys will see how much gold you have total collected. And then she turns to the rest of you and she looks outside and she goes, "Well, it's getting late. Do you want to use the lodgings? There's unfortunately only 2 rooms. You'd have to share."
All right. Reek and I can share a room.
I don't take much space.
All right. There's only 1 bed though.
I only need a pillow. I fit on one.
All right then. This way. She leads you guys up the stairs. And she directs you towards where the guest rooms are, or the guild rooms. And then she bids you farewell as she gives you a deep bow, and she heads over towards her own room, which is on
All right.
on the main floor.
Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep for the night.
So all of you guys decide to sleep.
hmm
You all get a long rest. You sleep well through the night, except for Momexius, who has to roll a con save right now.
Um, 13.
13. So you managed to somehow sleep through the night despite the fact that there's this overwhelming stench. Are you bunking with Reek?
Yep.
Make a con save, Reek.
Oh my god.
Oh
Because
my.
I took a toe.
I crit failed.
Oh no! Now you have foot disease.
How do
So
we
no,
keep doing this?
so Reek,
You just
It is a-
take a toe.
I'm gonna give you an opportunity here. You're trying your best to fall asleep and you're unable to do so. The stench is so disgusting, and you can't fall asleep. You don't know how he's doing it. You cannot sleep in this room, so you have either to get rid of the stench or move to a different place to sleep.
For the record, pound for pound, I think this is probably the smelliest object in the known universe. It is a tiny several gram toe, and it is filling this room
It's
with the
festering.
stench bad enough to turn your insides to mush.
I first attempt. So basically, I take 2 pillows, I grab them, and I go near the window. I open the window to air out the room, and I also place the pillow on the ground near the window and attempt to sleep near the window on the pillow with the other pillow as a cover on top of me.
You attempt to do this to your best that you could possibly do, and every time you start to drift off and fall asleep, the stench just waves in because you just can't hold everything together properly, and the whole situation just doesn't work out in your favor. You're unable to sleep here even with the window open.
Okay, can I try something else?
You can try something else. You still have
All right.
several hours in the night.
So I go back to where Mormexius is sleeping. I draw a small alchemic circle for water,
Okay.
and I attempt to take all the moisture out of the toe.
You're getting a raise. Oh no!
Okay, so how exactly, where are you drawing the sigil, and how are you,
Oh my god.
where are you
So,
drawing the sigil right
so
now?
I take chalk, and I just draw it on the palm of my hand.
And you're trying to extract the moisture from this toe. Make an intelligence check.
All right. Can I add proficiency for these because I'm using alchemy, right? I'm using my AE. Like
I'm
so,
gonna
like
go. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. You just add just
so
straight intelligence check.
just intelligence. Okay. That's 10.
10. So you attempt to extract the moisture out of this toe, and for the most part, it starts going well. And then at one point, you just lose your concentration because you're unable to deal with the disgusting smell. And you get about maybe half of the moisture out of the toe. And the moisture that you physically extract from the toe, even that moisture is tainted.
I would imagine, yeah.
It has like this murky, disgusting color that even you are perplexed by, and you feel like you should not be holding on to this.
So I throw it out the window immediately, and I go at it again. I try to take out all the moisture so that the smell that comes from what's still liquid in the toe and festering can go away.
I hate that you're extracting toe juice. I just hate that so much. Like,
Make one more in check.
14.
14. You managed to do a little bit better this time, and you get as much of it as you possibly can, but still not all of it. And at this point, you're starting to get a little bit exhausted. Takes a decent amount of energy to do this. You still haven't slept. What exactly do you plan on doing now?
Well, I throw more of the toe water out the window.
if someone's walking by and just getting the water, like,
Has the stench decreased at all in the room?
As far as you can tell, the stench has not. even budged. If anything, the proximity of you being so close have made it even worse for you.
Okay. I know I'm exhausted, but I do try and do one last thing, Tom. Okay. What I want to try to do is basically I take 1 gold out and I make the toe gold plated. So I wrap it in gold so that none of the stench can come out.
I am just
Okay.
snoring and coughing through all of it.
I'm gonna have you roll another in check, but with disadvantage this time because you're starting to get exhausted.
All right. I roll an 8.
All right, so you're able to manipulate this piece of gold, and it just molds around the toe, kind of sealing it in place. You can actually breathe much easier at this point. So much so that like all of the exhaustion that you just went through, you just kind of plop your head down and you just fall asleep. All of you get a nice long rest, and you wake up to a bright and beautiful morning with the birds chirping outside.
I definitely sleep in. I was exhausted.
Sleep in. Well, Mexius wakes up before you, and he notices that something on his chest is a little bit heavier, and he's not coughing.
I look down to see my golden nugget toe. I'm like, oh my goodness, how did this happen? A true miracle. It has not occurred to me yet that Reek was the one who did this.
You have no idea who did this. You think it just happened.
Yeah, it's like the good luck sprinkles upon me.
So, oh god, now people are gonna start thinking this is actually a thing. All right. So you wake up before Reek, and you try to wake him up, or you just kind of step over him.
I try to wake him up very lightly. I just like put a hand on his shoulder and move him a little bit. If he doesn't wake up from that, then I'm gonna leave him alone.
I guess I'll roll a con, right?
Hey, little buddy.
You can, at this point, you can just decide if you wake up or not.
All right, I flutter my eyes open. The stench. It's finally gone.
Was there a stench?
Mexius, your toe.
Oh, you won't believe it. Look, something wonderful has happened. It's covered in gold.
Do you tell him that you did it?
Well, it had to be done, Mexius. I hope it still brings you good luck.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you do this?
I couldn't stand the stench. I even tried sleeping by the window. I had to cover it up.
No, Reek, it's perfect.
You think so?
Legends say that if you cover the toe in gold before the 7 days are up, it brings you luck for a lifetime.
It's getting harder and harder to believe you, Malmexius. I'm gonna be quite honest.
All right, so I'm going to interject here. Malmexius believes so much that this is actually a thing that he gets a point of inspiration.
Amazing.
At the same time, Atherin, you're starting to wake up on the other room across the hall.
Nonetheless, I'm glad you like it.
I do. Shall we rejoin our other party member?
Indeed.
Okay, great. So we leave our room.
As you leave your
I know.
room,
If Atherin's door is still closed, I knock violently on it. Atherin! Atherin!
Yes,
Are you awake?
of course. Doing my morning workout.
Oh, wonderful.
There's
That's
such a
good. Keep it active.
there's such a dichotomy in between how you woke me up and how you woke Catherine up.
I feel such a kinship with you.
I see that.
so you guys head downstairs and you start chowing down on some rations that you've had. Unfortunately, there's no food in this guild. So unless you decide to go somewhere else, you have to settle with the rations for now.
Should we go out for brunch, everyone?
You can always go for brunch.
Yes,
I mean, we have the money for it.
Oh, we certainly do.